beautiful Zachary. Oops, a daisy. Here is the opening video. Hello, my beautiful viewers. I'm so sorry. I was busy with the little one. My beautiful Laura, sweep in, please. My beautiful one, here you are. Let me just my beautiful Rosebud, sweep in, sweep in.
Hello. Hello.
My beautiful girl, sweep in, sweep in.
Hello.
Hello, my beautiful viewers. Today is such a beautiful show. Today is a miracle in itself. One miracle man brought us all together. And how incredible, how incredible. So we're going to have an amazing show, a tribute to our beautiful co-host, our beautiful miracle man, our beautiful Howard Brown. We don't know how this show is going to be. We don't know how many tears we are gonna bestow on us as the co-host, or on the viewers, or even on my grandson here with me. But we know it's going to be special, and we know Howard is with us, our miracle man. And my mom said to me, "Are you going to still do your nails after Howard, with Howard not here anymore?" And I said, yes, because the grandchildren love the nails. So I just first of all want to say thank you so much, my beautiful viewers, for being here. Thank you for watching our show every week. Thank you for putting on your glasses and dance at the end of the show with us. So today I will be dancing on a different song, Soul of a Diamond. And then I will also ask you to dance with me. So my diamond beauties and Tanzanite heroes, thank you so much for viewing, being our community. And if any of you would love to join our community, just check on Facebook, Diamond Beauties Forever and Tanzanite heroes. One of beautiful Howard's wishes is that the group can grow and there can be more a loving community in the future, and that the men can start talking to each other. So men, you are welcome to start to talk to each other. So I am going to ask my beautiful Laura and then Krista and then Gail to introduce themselves and then give us a snippet of how you're feeling and what do you expect of the show today. So just before I'm handing over to Laura, I want to say I'm Sanette from Breda. I'm one of your amazing co-hosts. I am a voice amplifier. I create space and stages for millions of people around the world to share their wisdom, their brilliance, and their transformative stories on all my platforms. And through all of this, we're creating ripple effect of love, joy, and happiness. My beautiful Laura.
Yes, thank you, Miss Sinette. And we have a sit-in for our Howard Brown in the form of new life and youth. And that is Zachary, who I think has become our official mascot. I love having him here. I hope he will grow with us. So thank you, Laura Brennan Ballet. Everyone knows I have a little bit of a challenge talking about myself. Oh boy, here it comes already. So I'm going to just say that I put 6 words together for a speed round, 2 for Gail, 2 for Krista, and 2 for Sinette, that I would like to do at some point because I have to. Without it, HB, wherever he is floating around us, would be like, no, 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 no. The show must go on. So I would like to do that at some point in honor of him. Howard just brought us all together, as Sinette said. So my coaching and book writing and podcast guest appearances, Gail and I just recorded one. And Howard is just, I know I'm supposed to talk about myself, but I'm not. Howard just matters to me in a way that very few people really have touched me. We're all very fortunate because of Sinette. We have this amazing, empowering, loving, and supportive community. However, when Howard came into view, it shifted everything. There was just something about him. It was the way Sinette and Howard felt about each other. It was the way Krista and Howard felt about each other. And then Gail, and then learning how you and Howard felt about each other. And then when I started a friendship off of screen with him, he is one of those men that makes you question why do the good ones always have to be taken so early? And I really, it does bring me to my faith and my connection to the God force to calm my sensories down to why he did not make it through because I was so convinced he was selfishly because I wanted him here. However, through Krista's journey with Howard, I think he opened up to a whole new realm. And I truly believe he is safe. He's in the grace of angels, and he is still with us and will remain with us. So I have more to say, but thank you for a moment of that. And I just would feel honored to do the speed round with my fam when it's ready. Thank
That is why I absolutely love this show because me and Laura think the same way. I also had some words written down because a speed round became Howard's thing. It was more than something that it was more than words. It meant so much to the people because it really showed that we paid attention. We really knew. But Laura, we can go ahead go ahead with yours. It
you. We
was
can
it
do
was
two.
just it's just it was it's just ironic. So my name is Krista. I'm from Canada, Ontario, Canada. And I have to say the name of my book because that's like my thing is skip the pain, experience a pleasure. And here's a tagline. And Howard gave me my poop. Cut
Yeah.
the crap that's holding you back so you can live the life you love. And
Love
Howard
it.
actually made me change my bio. So he said, Krista, you have to put that you're an earth angel. And I was kind of shocked by that because I had this pedestal. He goes, no, Krista, you came into my life. You come into people's lives for a reason. And when you're in their space, you may not know what the reason is, but you don't know how you're also going to impact them and change their life. And then I thought, that is so true. It's so true for all of us. So I did put in my bio that I'm an earth angel. I'm best known as an earth angel now, and I help people try to shift their mindset to gain more clarity from living a life of pain to passion and purpose. And that was one of the best conversations me and Howard were able to have. And I'm very, very blessed
Mm.
that
Yep.
that the last message he heard before he took his last breath was mine. So that is a gift, and it's a testament to not just the love he was showing through me, but through all of us. And I'll
Nice.
squeeze my poop now.
And I have to say, following squeezing poop is not exactly what I had in mind. So, hey, everybody, I'm Gail Kraft, and I've known Howard for a few years. He was very special to me as well. We were business mates, then speaker mates, and then friend mates. And he is someone special. He's still with us. I absolutely believe that. I am so grateful for Krista because one of the things that Howard struggled with was what he would call flow, getting into flow and letting go. And he was able to do that with you. And I think it's something he wanted so desperately to do. And it was with ease with you. So that was beautiful. Thank you for being there for him during that process. So I call you a death doula, right? Because you do that. You show up and you make the journey perfect. You make it understandable. You make it logical. You make it obvious the next step. And for me, it took me a while to get over the anger of Howard falling off like that, because it was sudden. We literally, Friday, we were talking about launching a business together, and Friday afternoon, he was called to say he was going into the hospital. That was it. It was that quick. So, his favorite line, or my favorite line of his, is after he shoots a perfect basketball hoop, which I'm sure he does every single time. He doesn't have to do retakes. He claps his hands together. He goes, "This is how you do it. So,
Yeah.
ladies, this is how we do it. Let's take this show and honor a man who's changed lives and he didn't even know it."
Beautiful. Miss Jeanette, you want us to keep? I know. I have to go over here for a minute.
On that
Okay.
note, I am very fortunate when I was actually able to see him. I do have
Uh-huh.
his glasses, and
Uh-huh.
he was so selfless that he gave these glasses on his speeches that he went all over the world and inspired people and raised so much money for awareness that he gave these glasses as a symbol that we are all to shine brightly. And when we shine brightly, loud enough and strong enough, we can put our sunglasses on. So I'm very blessed and honored to be able to be wearing these sunglasses.
You look so adorable in them.
Yeah, this is so cool. Again, this is, people see Howard or us, or read a book, or listen to a podcast, or attend a speaking engagement, whatever it may be, but it's the man behind the scenes, the woman like Sinette behind the scenes. These examples of true leadership, not because of what am I getting, but how can I serve? And this is something that I feel is why Sinette and Howard came together, how Sinette and I came together. And Howard and I, and like you, Gail, you were working on things. Howard and I started working on this amazing article together. And I have this email. I'm going to print it out. I'm keeping it with me, and I'm going to find a way to honor him through some of my other writings and bring some of his thoughts and ideas out into the world. But I love that even while he was maybe going through this challenge that most of us can't understand. He had the foresight, like to give Krista the glasses. And I love that because he is with us. And I know that this mattered to him. This show mattered so much to him. It was important to him and he loved it. And we all have inside jokes and ways that we talk about certain things that we can't ever disperse out into the world, but how we show up, how we do our research, what happens behind the scenes, and how we really learned from his inspiration, that professionalship. He would show up if something was going wrong with the camera or something with Sinette, or no matter what, it would be like, let's
Let's
go.
go. Yep.
Show
It'd
must
be
go
during
on.
chemo. He would have chemo hooked up to him, and he would be messaging me, "Do you think I can come on still?" I'm like, "Come on in." And, it was that spark, again, that light that I
Yep.
think brought literally illuminated the show, and it shows you that how he would go to any length to spread kindness and love and hope and literally be with all of us, not only the people here on the screen, but with all of our viewers, knowing that all the Diamond Beauties and Tanzanite heroes and everybody else was going to watch this. That was so important for him to come out, to be seen, and most importantly, to highlight others to be seen. And I just wanted to say that Sinette came up with the name Rosebud, and he would always call me that too. So here's one of my little roses. I feel like I have all these props. And so one, I think it'd be great to go and maybe share something that, well, for me anyway, I'm going to share something that maybe actually nobody knows. Um, During his journey, I was sending him some different healing. I'm a Reiki master, and I really focus on basically the energy of love. So it was a private conversation me and Sinette had, and we're discussing. She's like, "You have to tell him." I'm like, "Heck no, he's gonna think I'm crazy." And this is when we did know, and it was healing love and peace. So for his body to be at a state where he can get healthy or accept the treatment. So I'm on the phone with him, and I remember him like laughing after. So I would like a lot of times we just record myself so he can just listen to it anytime. So here I am, like, Howard, hi, it's Krista. So I'm supposed to tell you this. Well, I don't know if I should really say. Well, Sinette told me I have to say this, and I rambled on. And so I said, okay, here it is. It's not a religion, it's spiritual. And this is basically what I'm doing. And, and I said, I just kind of blurted everything out. I don't even know what I said. But then he came on, he called me so we can see each other, and he was laughing so hard. He says, Krista, I've never seen you so tongue tied or so, kind of flustered like you were on that video, that recording. And he says, I loved it. And he says, you know what? I knew from the moment we met in New York, okay, I'll say in a minute, he says, there was something special. And then he said, and this is a part that like just blows my mind. He said, I knew you were going to hold my hand through the whole journey. And when we were talking about, meeting in New York, what I mean is when we were celebrating our books on the Jumbotron and Soul of a Diamond, uh, Sinette's book that she put together with all the Diamond Beauties. That is amazing messages in there. He traveled from doing an amazing speaking engagement 2 hours on a train to just spend a little bit of time to meet us. And I think honestly, if we say, what's our first impression? So he came up, I was wearing like this kind of really bright purple, it was kind of like my branding jacket. And he was wearing like this orange, whatever. And he just came up and we just embraced. And to be honest, my first thought was, wow, you're a lot taller than I thought. Because on TV here, we see each other like this. So I don't know if those were my first words to him, but that was definitely something kind of like I'll cherish those little things. And as we, spend time together and talking, I would refer to that. And I was able to go and visit him at his sister's home and get some pictures and again joke about how tall he is, yeah, compared to me. So just a little funny story I wanted to share.
I
But you
love
are quite short, my beautiful one. So we have beautiful Christiana. She said peekaboo baby. This was supposed to say peekaboo. It still works.
yeah.
Hi there, my beautiful soul sisters. Sending lots of love and vibes to you and who loved Howard. And then sunglasses, and then the poop. The poop is there. I always laughed when Krista did the tagline and remember the time the first bought my poop emoji. He is a beautiful soul. And then sunglasses again. And beautiful Nina is here. Hello, beautiful ladies. The show up from the hospital, you always shine brightly. So my beautiful ladies and Cristiano and Nino and viewers, I was in this amazing meeting with Robert W. Jones, and they all were chatting, and all of a sudden Howard hand got he put his hand up, so he went to the front of the camera, the front of the queue, if I could call it like that. And I have a way of looking at people during meetings. I will pin every person and I will watch them in the eye and I will send them a blessing from my side. It's just the way I have done it for many years. And well, he popped up because he was far down, because I think it was about 50 or 50, 60, maybe 63 people on the line. And when he popped up with his hand, I thought, okay, let me go and look at this interesting man. And I pinned him. And as soon as I pinned him, he said, and I want to dedicate this piece I'm going to read to Sanette, but I almost fell from my chair. I just pinned this guy and now he's talking about me. With all these people, he's talking about me. And he said, Sanette, I just read your piece, and it was the specific date, 20th of September, 2023. You read my piece that morning about small, because how small can uplift your life, how small can change your trajectory in a second for the day. And he was reading it and he looked at me. And now you remember, ladies, he's still pinned. It's still him, just him on the screen. He was talking to me. He said to me, you have made my day. And he clapped his hands. You know, Howard way, he clapped his hands. I loved it. I love Howard that same day. The same day. We had a coffee chat the same day. We were talking for 3 hours on the coffee chat the same day. It was a miracle to me, this amazing, amazing man. And he will be my miracle man forever, forever. I got a lot of notes as I'm still blocked out of Facebook. I got a lot of emails, a lot of messages on WhatsApp Messenger, or not Messenger, Instagram, where people are telling me they're sorry for my loss. And it's a loss for not only for Howard's daughter, his beautiful sister, his mom and dad, his rest of the family. And it's a loss for us because we became a family. And through him, we met beautiful girl. And it's such an honor to have girl in our life, in my life. I love my love bug to the end of the world. And I know Howard is with us all the way. And Howard was keep telling me, Sanette, you're doing all these services and you're doing it freely. You need to start looking after yourself. You need to charge for something. You need. So Howard was trying to help me to see that, I need to look at some of the things I'm doing, because you can give your time for free, but then when it's time to do some stuff that you need finances, you need to look at that as well. So I just got sunglasses from beautiful Krista. Sorry, not Krista, Christiana. I'm sorry, Krista. So my beautiful ones, I want to play you a video of a meeting Howard. He had a 45-minute trip from where he was, and he came and meet us. And when I embraced him the first time, I already loved him the first time I met him, but when I embraced him, it was truly heavenly. And we actually were holding each other's hands the whole time. It was the funniest thing. But it was so beautiful. He also went up to the hotel just to go and I had to go and get my books. I have a signed book for him. He signed his book for me. And my beautiful Krista, he left actual fact his glasses that he had used for a long time, and then he had to get new pair, and the new pair is yours that he also use on stages that you bestow. So I don't have his pay with me at the moment. It's in South Africa. But for me, I phoned him the next day, and he gave me another pair. And I phoned him, I messaged him the next day. I said, you left your glasses in the hotel room with me and Natalie. And he said, you can keep it. And then I said to him, may I give your beautiful new pair that was still in plastic to Sunay, because Sunay is our editor-in-chief in the Diamond Moment magazine, and they were working every month to bring in beautiful Howard's a podcast every month. And he said, yes, Annette, it will be an honor for you to send my glasses to beautiful Sunay. So how incredible. This man is just incredible. So before I'm playing his video, Nina, so I never got a chance to meet Howard, but hearing how much a Diamond Beauties Forever love Howard, he must be a great man. So maybe I'm going to switch my video around. Thank you for that, Nino. So when we heard that beautiful Howard is not doing very well, I got all the ladies together and we did a praise session for him and beautiful Linda. And my ladies, please be strong. This is the message Howard sent to all the Diamond Beauties afterwards. And I got his approval to play this today. So be strong, ladies. We are going to move to the one side. Here we go.
My beautiful dancing queen butterfly. I just watched the witnessing and the prayers for the third time. And I love you for setting that up. The first time I watched it, I cried. And the second time I watched it, I felt lifted up. And now I watched it for a third time before I go to sleep. And I felt powerful. I felt power from the angels and from the prayer. I just want to thank you for loving me so much to do that and to have more voices talking to the angels and talking to God. And I just love you so very much. And I'm so grateful for you to be part of my life. And you can share this with the Diamond Beauties and the Tanzanite Heroes with the video. Thank you. And I love you. And I love them too. Good night.
So my beautiful ones, Nino, he was a remarkable person. He was one of a kind. He was sometimes so sick that he threw up. And then he was ready to come unto camera because he felt part of an amazing family. Seeing his rosebud, seeing our life force, and seeing his dancing queen, he felt he needed just that little spark for a little while before going into what he needs to go in. So we are truly blessed to have him in our lives. So my beautiful Krista, I'm going to ask you to read a piece out of his book. And if you do see a comment, please just read it afterwards. And then we're gonna go continue to the next part. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I was going through his book, and of course, there's so many things I was going to read, and I didn't know what one. I don't know what one I'm going to read. So I'm asking Howard to guide this into what should I read. I have all these little marks. Okay. And this is it. And while it may sound like a burden, that call to spread love and hope turns out to be the key to our happiness. Without hope, there is no happiness. And if there's no hope, if we are isolated, if we are excluded, if we pull away from our neighbors, hope is never mine. Hope must be ours. I guarantee if you shine your light on the people you meet, you will find that hope glowing all around you. It's true. Shining brightly makes the world a better place.
Wow. You're going to not be surprised with my two words that I picked several days ago, and that you picked that.
Yeah. And you know what? I have a whole bunch of different kind of spots where I was going to stop, and I wanted to just honor him. And I also want to honor Sinette because I don't know if a lot of people know this. The first time I actually met him was he was doing a speaking engagement for Sinette. She
Mhm.
brought him to Diamond Beauties. He came on his own terms, and he did a inspirational, amazing,
Right.
talk. He gave away his ebook to everybody who was watching, and I never ever thought I would be, well, next to him on a TV show as a co-host, and then meeting in person, and then taking it a step further, being able to connect with him and his soul and open his soul. And I know for me, it was a transformation that both of us went through. It was a journey that both of us went through. And one other kind of little thing I want to share that people may not know is as we were talking, because trying to integrate spirituality, awakening that part of us, even for myself to get out of that fear of judgment, I just spoke and I had a dream. And in this dream, I had these angels, and they actually said, "Ask me my name." So I said, "Okay." So I asked them their name. So next day we're talking, and at the end of the conversation, he goes, "By the way, what you had something to ask me?" I said, "Oh, I forgot. Some names I guess I dreamt about." And it turned out I told him the three names, and he says, and then I'm like, "So are they with us? Are they not?" Literally, I had no idea until he says, "Not only are they, in spirit, but these are three of the most important names, to him." And I'll
Right.
keep that right now. But so I knew that there was a special connection. And so and I think that just kind of solidified it. And during it, I kept telling him, like, I like using analogies. I said, "What I'm doing," and I think this is where the death doula comes in, Gail. As I said, "I'm holding the stones, and all you have to do is walk, and I'm following the path that is led for you to go. You
My
can
stones.
towards it. You
Stones, Gail.
you keep doing it." And
Yeah.
exactly, I think we all. So when I said that, he goes, he's in the hospital in isolation. He wasn't allowed to bring anything, but he had this little bag, and it said something about like stepping stones on it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, that's a miracle. So then I had to take, I had all these stones with little messages on them.
Hmm.
And every single day, and it was in a bag. I pulled a stone and recorded it for him, and I sent it to him. And whatever was it meant to be, meant to be. Oh my goodness, you
Yep.
and he was able to tell me even after how when I said, if I would pull a stone right now, it said, "Okay, come on." And
What's it
the
say?
stone I pull is friends.
Oh, so cool.
This is no coincidence.
Yeah.
So when I would pull a stone, he would, at first sometimes it was like, well, and he wouldn't tell me till after. And he goes, "I figured out what that message was, what I was supposed to know or hear."
Right.
And it was always amazing. And I will share the last stone I pulled for him, because he was okay for me to share this. And it's really interesting because at first when I pulled it, I'm thinking, it's not the stone I want. But it was success.
Uh,
And you know what? Howard was successful in changing so many lives, touching
Right.
so many people. And during his journey, he continued to inspire and to show up. And I think that's a great example. So his whole journey, right up until the very last moment, until his last breath, is a success.
Thank you,
So
Krista, for that.
beautiful.
So we've got a beautiful Christiana. Thank you, Howard. That was just divine, Crystal. And she gave sunglasses as soon as she talked about the stones. So my beautiful Laura, are we going to start off with your speed round? And then
Yeah.
I would love you to mention something about Howard, and then we will go to beautiful girl. I want her to mention how did they have met, because that was also a miracle in itself. So all over to you, my beautiful Laura.
Yeah, if it's okay, I'll start because I believe I was on that very first show, and Krista was there too when I met Howard, and I remember feeling a little bit like I think he went into his story and his sister, and what I loved, because Sinette, he had the little bag, his special bag from his sister and all of that. And I remember thinking, like, this man has such a presence about him, and yet he went through this journey that, again, we know many people around the world go through this, but to see him and feel his life force. And I think it was because he was so strong and he lived in such gratitude that that part of it, we didn't feel that it was like a drain on who he was. And this is what I loved about him. All the way up into the end, like Krista was sharing, and we're all sharing. When I was talking to him differently than Krista, Howard and I would communicate about energy. And he never quite looked at energy the way he did. And I know now does, because he never had conversations around it the way he and I would talk about it. Thus, Sinette used to say, I've got my miracle man, I've got my rosebud. And you know what, my beautiful Laura, one day that it's going to hit me. It's going to hit me. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but when Howard first read my book, he reached out to me and he said, this is the living energy book. That's what it is. And he said there is such a force of nature behind this book. And I don't think I ever shared that with Sinette. And then, however long it was, all of a sudden one day she came up with the life force. And then Howard and I were talking about, again, this shared synchronicity energy that we all have through stones or through conversations or questions that we would share. But Howard and I, what I loved and what I hold dear, and I'm going to keep some of those conversations in my heart, but we did talk about the exchanging of energy, the physical energy, the angelic energy, and the possibility of the realm of where he would transition to. And the one thing that I have kind of retained with him, he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. And that was my personal taking away from right up until when I was corresponding with him. And I did share with Krista a little bit of the last messaging. And when Krista finally came out and shared with us about being an earth angel, I had shared with Howard that I've had an angel by my side since I was 14 years old. And he has a very specific name. And I did my prayer work with him and asked him to please guide Howard. And when I reached out to Howard and we were messaging, and I said, would it be okay if he becomes a guardian for you during this, transformation? And he said, what is his name? And then we shared this beautiful exchange. And I think this is the power of what Sinette has created. And then the power of someone like Howard to go through these physical challenges in one of the most devastating experiences that a human being can go through. And yet he maintained a level of class, world old gentleman class. And that means a lot to me. And I shared this with him. There's not a lot of men in the world like Howard. There are, but not a lot. They've just lost, and he didn't. His tradition, his value, his faith how his loyalty, his kindness to open up and extend that part of him, and yet still make you feel like you were the only one that he had that little connection with. And
Yeah.
that's what I loved about him. And we all know what we share, and not everything, but we still, the four of us, feel special to him.
Mhm.
And I think that is such a gift that he was to be able to really bestow upon us. It wasn't like, oh yeah, he's a great guy and he's so cool with everybody, which he was, but from certain things that you read and people that you connect with that were connected with him, they will say that he made you feel it was just you and him, and you had something very unique with him. And so I really want to take that with me. Carrying on in his true honor, we're going to shine brightly on our paparazzi list here. This is the speed round that Howard created and was so well known for. And from time to time, we got to sit in. So I'm going to ask Gail two words. And what we do is we give that beautiful gut instinct reaction, whether it's one word or a few. Then I'll ask Krista, and then I'll finish with Sinette. And I will ask you, as you're answering, to align with the energy of HB Strong, because he is definitely with us.
Yep.
So, Miss Gail, my first word for you is transformation.
Inevitable.
Ooh. Second word, magic.
Life force.
Oh, I love this. Beautiful. All right, my Krista. Kindness.
Natural state.
Ooh. Second word, hope.
That's exactly, well, that's more than one word. What he wants to bestow on everybody and what he stood for.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. Miss Jeanette, I wish I had the paparazzi, so you got to turn it on you, girl. Trust.
Happiness.
Ooh, I love that. And a word that to me exemplifies who you are and certainly who Howard is, love.
Everything.
Mm, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Howard. HB Strong.
HB Strong.
HB
Thank you
Strong.
for that, my beautiful Laura. My beautiful Gail.
So you want me to share how we first met? It's a very strange story. So I have a podcast, and I met Howard at a networking event. And at that time, my podcast had this formula. Shit happened. I woke up. Here's how my life changed. Perfect for Howard. So I'm like, I have a podcast, blah, blah, blah. Here's the link if you want to. He signed up. So we did the podcast, and he was quite formal, quite gentlemanly, right? And so it was okay. I lost the video. So I'm like so embarrassed, but I sent him an email. I said, I'm so sorry. Are you willing to do this again? And he, of course, said yes. And it was so awesome because we had formed a connection of some sort, and we were just having a blast in that video. And after that, we started talking to each other. We became friends. And the first event that he did in Boston at Babson College, I was there. The both of us were presenting, and he was so proud of that school. He was like, let me show you the food. Let me show you the workout center. Let me show." And I'm like, "Okay." Right? He has such joy when he loves something. He loves it fully, fully.
Yeah.
And so it was serendipitous that I lost the video. I mean, who loses that? And because I do backup after backup, lost them all, lost them all. So
If
that's
I
how I
may,
met Howard. Yeah.
if I may just say one little thing, we know why you lost it.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
had you not lost it, you just would have, shared it, and he would have shared it, and life would have gone on. You lost
Right.
it, so the friendship was ignited through the loss
Right.
of the video.
Right. And we would never have
No.
formed. And I do want to share, when he was going through, Krista, he told me all about meeting with you and meeting the angels and the names and the whole 9 yards. He told me, I'm being told I need to trust in the angels. I need to trust. And I said, you need to believe. You need to believe. It's not going to help if you don't believe, Howard. Can you believe? And he's like, not yet, but I'll let you know. And then I got a text from him. I can feel the angels around me.
Yeah.
So he had to believe. It was inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my beautiful girl, just before the show, I don't know if it was just before the show or just when the show was on. I'm so sorry. I was trying to get the little one to have a quick nap. You said about his hoop. So if what his favorite is basketball, and what did he always say afterwards when he shot?
When he
When
claps his hands, this is how we do it, boys.
Are you ready, girls? Are you ready?
Yep.
Here he goes.
HB, shiny hoops with the boys, shining brightly, spotlight. Gotta have heart and hope. H&H, let's make a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Do it.
Oh my God, I love this.
Of course.
And then I want to tell you, my beautiful ones, my grandson Xander is 10. He loves to eat well, we call it chewing gum, bubble gum. I don't know what you call it in America. And I try to explain to him it's not good for your stomach because the food is thinking there's food. Your stomach is thinking there's food coming and there's nothing coming. But with this particular video, somebody gave me a gum that I urgently needed because I think there was some garlic in our food, Crystal, remember? And I think beautiful Natalie dish out her, no, it was Giovanna dish out her bubble gum because I think all of us were smelling. And I had this in my mouth. And instead of swallowing it, I just tried to hide it. And then my grandson saw this when I was choosing the right video for the show on Sunday. And he said to me, I thought you never eat chappies, you never eat it. I said, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay, I really don't, but that was an emergency. He said, oh me. So my beautiful ones, here is where we met we had a small interview as Howard were on our May issue for Diamond Moments magazine. And me and Sunay honored him again in March for being such an amazing person. So here is the video. My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I've got my cover story. My beautiful miracle man, Howard. Howard is here. Howard, how do you feel being our cover story for this magazine?
I'm so excited. Mr. May, Mr. Miracle Man. We are in New York City, Times Square together.
Wow. And tell me your cover story. What is the biggest lesson that you want to have everyone learn from you?
I want everyone to shine brightly a little bit each day so they lift themselves up, they be kind and lift up others, and we make the world a better place.
Wow. Isn't that incredible? My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, please read Howard's story, and that's why I call him my miracle man. So Howard, what is the one thing that you've learned in your life?
I've learned that we can choose to be kind every day.
Thank you. And what is your superpower, my beautiful miracle man?
My superpower is that besides shooting baskets, I'm Mr. Resilient. I get back up again to fight.
Wow. And tell us quickly about your basketball.
So I love basketball. It's my happy place. Swish.
Swish. And is there one last message you can give to everyone?
Just all it takes is love, peace, and kindness and gratitude. That's all we need.
Wow, incredible.
Mwah. Mwah.
And everyone, before we kiss, you can do anything. You must just put your mind to it and take the action. Do it.
Mwah.
Mwah. We done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
We haven't danced.
Okay. Woo. Go with us.
My dancing queen.
Oh wow. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Mwah.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful in so many ways to see that. Oh my gosh.
So my beautiful Nina have changed the trajectory of our show. We end it off with that video. We've got sunglasses from beautiful Christiana. HP strong. She have a strong and a sunlight and sunglasses. Coach Eve, hello everyone. Let me just scroll down. Basketball, swish. Uh, and then she gave HB and she gives an angel. So my beautiful ladies, we've got 2 more minutes to go.
Mm.
Do you have a short message, Krista?
Remember to step up, step out, become your authentic self, because you never know whose life you are going to change. And when you do that, it's going to cause a ripple effect. And that's why we're here on earth. And I love you more than anything, Howard. And you're always with us.
Thank you. My beautiful life force.
Yes, I just want to say thank you, HB. It's been an honor.
My beautiful Gail.
I would say when the stone rises up, step on it, because this is how we do it.
And I want to say, my beautiful miracle man, I love you to the moon and back. So my beautiful ladies, would you love to have a dance with Howard, with us?
Yes.
My
Yes.
beautiful
Absolutely.
viewers, would you love to have a dance with us? There's a messages coming in now and I cannot read it. I'm so sorry. Laura, can you quickly read that message?
Just sunglasses and an angel, I believe, or sunglasses and a star.
Thank you. That's good. So let me just quickly cue this one and I have to.
In the diamond moments,
Now,
in the
give
diamond
me 1 second.
moments of love and light, together we rise, our spirits take flight.
We all love
In
you,
the
HB.
beauty of each day and every night, courage in our souls, we heed the call to share our light in all we know. Radiant hearts, you shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light.
Bye-bye, everyone.
I
Bye-bye.
love you.
Love you, HB.
Always.
Love you, fam. Thank you, Sunette. Thank you, Rosebud.
Yes.
Thank you,